Hey guys, welcome back in. We are going to be reading John chapter 10 today, and I'm switching back to the good old Spiral Bible. Wanted to read from an actual paper copy today, so we're going to be reading the New Living Translation. I haven't ordered another copy yet, but I think I am. I definitely think I'm going to invest in an NASB spiral bound because I don't have a physical NASB, but I really like that translation. I enjoy reading it. I like the wording, the word for word translation. It reminds me a lot of the Amplified Bible, which is another one of my personal favorites. If they had Amplified in the spiral bound, I definitely would get one of those. But they don't, so I'll get the NASB. I've had a good week so far. I don't know about you guys, but I've had a really good week. So let's see. John chapter 10 is not that long. Let's go ahead and knock it out. I tell you the truth. Anyone who sneaks over the wall of a sheepfold rather than going through the gate must surely be a thief and a robber. But the one who enters through the gate is the shepherd of the sheep. The gatekeeper opens the gate for him, and the sheep recognize his voice and come to him. He calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. After he has gathered his own flock, he walks ahead of them, and they follow him because they know his voice. They won't follow a stranger. They will run from him because they don't know his voice. Those who heard Jesus use this illustration didn't understand what he meant, so he explained it to them. I tell you the truth. I am the gate for the sheep. All who came before me were thieves and robbers, but the true sheep did not listen to them. Yes, I am the gate. Those who come in through me will be saved. They will come and go freely and will find good pastures. The thief's purpose is to steal and kill and destroy. My purpose is to give them a rich and satisfying life. I am the Good Shepherd. The Good Shepherd sacrifices his life for the sheep. A hired hand will run when he sees a wolf coming. He will abandon the sheep because they don't belong to him and he isn't their shepherd. And so the wolf attacks them and scatters the flock. The hired hand runs away because he's working only for the money and doesn't really care about the sheep. I am the Good Shepherd. I know my own sheep, and they know me, just as my Father knows me, and I know the Father. So I sacrifice my life for the sheep. I have other sheep, too, that are not in this sheepfold. I must bring them also. They will listen to my voice, and there will be one flock with one shepherd. The Father loves me because I sacrifice my life so I may take it back again. No one can take my life from me. I sacrifice it voluntarily. For I have authority to lay it down when I want to, and also to take it up again. For this is what my Father has commanded. When he said these things, the people were again divided in their opinions about him. Some said, he's demon-possessed and out of his mind. Why listen to a man like that? Others said, this doesn't sound like a man possessed by a demon. Can a demon open the eyes of the blind? Now it was winter, and Jesus was in Jerusalem at the time of Hanukkah, the festival of dedication. He was in the temple, walking through the section known as Solomon's Colonnade. The people surrounded him and asked, How long are you going to keep us in suspense? If you are the Messiah, tell us plainly. Jesus replied, I have already told you, and you don't believe me. The proof is the work I do in my Father's name. But you don't believe me because you are not my sheep. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me. I give them eternal life, and they will never perish. No one can snatch them away from me, for my Father has given them to me, and he is more powerful than anyone else. No one can snatch them from the Father's hand. The Father and I are one. Once again, the people picked up stones to kill him. Jesus said, At my Father's direction, I have done many good works. For which one are you going to stone me? They replied, We're stoning you not for any good work, but for the blasphemy. You, a mere man, claim to be God. Jesus replied, It is written in your own scriptures that God said to certain leaders of the people, I say you are gods. And you know that the scriptures cannot be altered. So if those people who received God's message were called gods, Why do you call it blasphemy when I say I am the Son of God? After all, the Father set me apart and sent me into this world. Don't believe me unless I carry out my Father's work. But if I do his work, believe in the evidence of the miraculous works I have done, even if you don't believe me. Then you will know and understand that the Father is in me and I am in the Father. Once again they tried to arrest him, but he got away and left them. He went beyond the Jordan River, near to the place where John was first baptizing, and stayed a while. And many followed him. John didn't perform miraculous signs, they remarked to one another, but everything he said about this man has come true. And many who were there believed in Jesus. And that was John chapter 10. Let me look here. I think my favorite part about this chapter is him calling himself the Good Shepherd. Like that's one of the things that a lot of people like to reference. And I know it wasn't in the Gospel of Luke. I'm not sure if that particular parable or story is in any of the other Gospels. I haven't read them all the way through, to be honest. Not cohesively in one sitting anyway. But I don't think it is. I think the Good Shepherd is unique to John. But I do love that story. And it's so very true. It is so very true that we know his voice. We know him. It's undeniable. People say, oh, I don't know if I've heard from God. You'll know it. You'll know it. There's a certain recognition, a certain understanding. Your spirit, that piece of God that is put into you when he breathes life into you. Or at least that's how I understand it, as your spirit. It knows the voice of God because it is from God. And your soul will come to learn the frequency of God's voice, if you will. But yeah, you'll know it when you hear it. If nothing else, it will be of the fruits of the Spirit. It says, it's written in the scripture, God said to certain leaders, I say you are gods. I don't know where that's at. I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to research it. I'm going to find where that says that. I know that a lot of popular televised pastors and televised preachers have used that as part of their prosperity gospel. I don't think that's properly translated. I'm going to check some other translations. That is John 10:34, the end of it, where it says, I say you are gods. So I'm going to check some other translations. I'll put those other translations up here on the screen for you so we can compare them, or side by side next to my shoulders. I'm not really sure where I'll put it yet. But I'm curious if that was maybe a mistranslation, perhaps. Not that they are gods, but they are of God. They have access to the gifts that God gives us. Or it could be properly translated and I just don't know where it's from. It'll be interesting to see. If you know, before or after any of it has popped up on the screen, if you've known more about that, I'd love to know. Comment down below. Let me know what you know more about that. But yeah, Jesus is just telling them, I've told you and you didn't believe me. I've proved it with my works and you didn't believe me. So why do you ask me to say plainly that I am the Son of God, that I am the Messiah? Like, I've said it. You don't believe me. You don't like it. Why are you making me repeat myself? I have a feeling it's not a sin to have feelings. In my opinion, it's a sin to let them control the situation. And I feel like Jesus, while he was on earth, felt a lot of exasperation. Like, he felt it. He didn't act on it. He didn't allow it to control the situation. But I feel like he was probably like, oh, my Lanta. Like, my Father in heaven, what on earth is going on? Like, what have we done? Why are they like this? Because he repeats himself a lot. Me personally, that is a massive pet peeve. I hate having to repeat myself. Once is fine. Like, if I say something and somebody's like, oh, I didn't quite catch that, and I repeat myself and they get it, that's fine. But if I've got to say something 3 or 4 times, or explain something 5 or 6 times, like at work when you're showing somebody how to do something, and you've broken it down into teeny tiny, easy to digest parts, and they're still like, huh? Oh my Lord. That was the trial of my patience for me at work, was when I was training people and they just didn't understand something basic. But yeah, I feel like Jesus felt exasperated a lot. I can appreciate that on a whole level. But yeah, chapter 10 was great, short, sweet, to the point. We'll get into chapter 11 tomorrow. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I hope you had a good week. And if you go to church, I hope you enjoy church tomorrow. If you do go to church and they have like a YouTube live stream situation, drop it down below. I would love to watch some sermons. I'll go in person if I feel led to go in person, if I can, obviously. I'm in Texas, and Texas is huge in and of itself. But if it's not in Texas or close to me, obviously I won't be venturing out. But I would love to see some live streams, to see some sermons. But yeah, in the meantime, and in between time, as we always say, stay blessed, stay bold. I will see you guys in the next one.